Today, we're diving into a deeply distressing firsthand account coming out of Jantar Mantar. We're talking severe allegations of police brutality. We're going to break down this harrowing report, look exactly at what the source claims actually happened on the ground, and why it's being framed as this massive, almost unimaginable crisis of public trust. It's an issue that absolutely demands our attention. So let's just get right into the facts presented in the text.
I am literally out of words now. The author doesn't start this report with dry statistics or a timeline. They start with sheer shock. This one sentence instantly anchors the absolute gravity of the reported events. It tells us right out of the gate that what we're about to explore here completely defies our basic expectations of civic safety. Part 1. Protectors turned aggressors.
So the author highlights this staggering dissonance. Just think about it. On one hand, we have the expected role of the police, right? The celebrated image of the authorities, the people who get thank you posters, the ones invited as chief guests on Independence Day. But then, the reported reality on the ground at Jantar Mantar is just this jarring contrast. Instead of protection, the source alleges that these exact same forces were brutally beating citizens. It's presented as a complete and total betrayal of the public's trust. Moving on to Part 2, Brutality at Jantar Mantar. Here the author paints a picture, and it's not a picture of violent rioters. It's a picture of highly vulnerable citizens caught up in a vicious lathi-charge. We are literally talking about youngsters and small kids who are simply there to fight for their future. The report mentions ill, elderly individuals, and honestly, most heartbreakingly, grieving adults who are protesting on behalf of their dead children. The source claims the beating was so severe, so incredibly brutal, that some people were left completely unable to walk afterward. It's just an overwhelming scale of alleged injustice, directed right at the fragile. And then there's this specific detail, a 12-year-old beaten so severely she was bleeding from her head. Just let that sink in for a second. This is the horrifying reality the author wants us to confront. A young child, present to advocate for her future, left bleeding. It emotionally anchors the sheer ruthlessness of the confrontation in a way that, frankly, broad statistics simply cannot do. Which brings us to Part 3, the cost of basic rights. The author doesn't just report the violence, they really challenge the systemic apathy surrounding the whole thing. They ask, how is the government so unbothered? And is this what the country's future has to face just for basic rights? These chilling final questions, they leave us with a profound dilemma regarding the literal price of peaceful protest. I mean, if the youth fighting for their tomorrow are met with brutality today, what does that actually mean for the nation's future? It's a massive, massive question that absolutely demands an answer.